Good morning, good afternoon, good evening internet, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Economical Rides. Well, hello, you joined me and my classic 350, and today we're going to do some spannering, so this could go horribly wrong. So Ainsworth Rider, who is a channel subscriber and also has his own channel, which you should check out. He's a classic 350 owner. I'll post a link to his channel in the video description. And various other people in the comments section have been encouraging me, cajoling me to tackle the gear shifter position adjustment mod, because everyone claims it's not difficult, it's easy. Well, trust me, for me, everything's difficult. Bikes don't like it when I get too close to them with tools. They protest, they offer resistance. But anyway, I was going to have 3 shredded wheat this morning so that I'd be like super strong. But unfortunately the budget wouldn't run to that. So I've had to have 3 cornflakes instead. And hopefully that will be enough. Because apparently this, where are you? This front frame bolt here, which we have to remove, well, at least loosen off, is supposed to be dang tight. So the plan is to do this one. This is a 14mm. And then on the other side, you have a 17mm nut, which is there. And this is supposed to be very tight. This kind of attaches this rear part of the frame to the engine. And unfortunately, on this lower part of the frame is where the footrest hanger is. And so the reason why this is such an operation is that when you take this nut off, this is a 10mm, when you take that bolt out and you try to slide this off the spine, I've actually should have done this hand tight so that I can demonstrate. What happens is, if you can see that, it actually won't come completely off because the footrest is in the way, so you can't actually get it completely off. So there's a chap in Australia who has a channel, Ride with Warrow, and he does a lot of spannering on Royal Enfields, and he actually found a way to get around this problem. And basically it's to loosen or remove this front bolt for this lower subframe, then behind this bolt, which is just behind the footrest where the side stand is, this has a captive nut on the other side. If you loosen this, this is also holding this subframe to this part of the frame. So if you loosen or remove this bolt, loosen the front bolts, and then push down on the footrest, you actually can move this lower part of the frame down, this frame rail down, and that should enable you, give you enough clearance to be able to slide this off. So I'll cut here, because I don't want you to hear the swearing that might ensue, and I'm going to try and loosen the front bolt off and get back to you. Oh, before I carry on, look, I'm really good at spannering, I'm organised. So I've got everything here. You're going to need a 17mm, a 14mm, that's for the front bolt, a 10mm for the spindle securing bolt on the gear lever, and the rear bolt for the frame is going to be a 12mm. So there you go, that's everything we need. So I'm going to save you the swearing now, switch the camera off and see how I go, and then I'll show you the rest if it works. If it doesn't work, this could be a short video, so I might be back in a minute. Bye bye. Well, great success. I did manage to loosen that front bolt, but as people said, the torque setting for that must be pigging tight. I mean, that was really tricky. So that was well tight, but I did manage to loosen it eventually, and actually there was no swearing involved, so I could have shown you that. So anyway, we've progressed the job now. So the bolt's out of the gear shifter here, and the bolt, the 12mm bolt is out of the frame here. And if I can now demonstrate, if you just push down on the footrest here, this whole section should just move down a touch, thusly enabling you to remove the shifter from the spline. Maybe bring it up a notch or two and push it back on. I can take it completely off, I'm just being lazy. There you go. So let's have a look, see where we want it. No, that's definitely, I think, where it was before, so we'll go up a notch. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. Right, so what I'll do is I'll put the bolts back in situ, but I won't tighten them up, and I'll just go and put my boots on and give it a quick test, and then we'll see whether that's the job done. But I think it probably is, actually. As EconomicalRides said, when it's in the right position, it kind of looks right as well in relation to the footrest. It's actually significantly higher, but almost horizontal. So yeah, I think that's going to be a lot better. But I'll go and put my boots on and I'll get back to you whether that was the job or not. Oh, by the way, sorry, I meant to mention it. I will be linking to the Ride with Waro video, which gave us all the inspiration to tackle this mod. And obviously it's a great channel if you enjoy spannering on Royal Enfields, because he tackles all sorts of jobs. The guy obviously has no fear, unlike me. So I will link to his video. There'll be a card up here somewhere. That's the original video. EconomicalRides showed how to do it in one of his ride outs. And I'll also put a link to Riding with Waro in my video description to this video. Okay, so I'll just go and put my boots on and then we'll see whether that was the job. Okay, so let's try and show you this with the boots in question. These are the boots in question. And then when I'm on the bike, I can now get comfortably under there with my heel on the footrest. This is much improved, but it's a little bit hard to say with the bike on the centre stand, so I think I need to go for a ride. But at least now, thanks to your excellent encouragement, I've got the job done and I know how to adjust it if I'm still not happy with it. So I dare say I can give it another go if I'm not 100% happy. So there you go, we managed to get that job done. Thanks to all of you for encouraging me. Thank you to Waro for his excellent video, which gave us all the idea that this job could be tackled. Hope you enjoyed this little video. I just thought I'd share it with you because, again, this channel should be a resource for all things Meteor and Classic 350 that an owner might have to do at some point in their ownership. And this is obviously one of the jobs that seems to be very necessary on the Classic 350. So I thought I'd just do my own little video. But full credit to Waro for coming up with the strategy for being able to adjust that gear lever. Excellent stuff. Thank you very much. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, found it useful, and for me personally, I'm just glad I managed to get a job done without breaking the bike. Awesome. Thanks very much. See you again soon. Bye bye. So I wonder what Ruby's up to. I thought she was going to help me today. She was saying she was looking forward to being in another video. She's got to be round here somewhere. I know she had her fox out earlier. Looks like she's got her rawhide chew out now as well. Hello, Ruby. Is that your chew? Don't worry, we're not going to take it off you. The YouTube friends aren't going to take your chew off you. I thought you were going to help me with the bike. No, obviously she had more important things to do. Bye bye. Well, I've just been out for a quick test ride, having adjusted the shift lever, and I'd say it's an improvement. It's a little bit odd in as much as I find now that when I need to change down, I kind of almost physically have to lift my foot off the foot peg. But the longer I rode, the more I got used to that. But it's certainly pleasant now that you can have your foot in a natural position on the footrest and you're not really touching the gear shifter. You're not having to put your foot out at an angle or anything weird now. So yeah, I think that's definitely better. and yeah, the more I ride, the more I get used to it. But like I say, it is nice to be able to have your foot flat on the footrest, and it sits nicely underneath the shifter. So there you go. That's my brief conclusion. Oh, another little thing that I've discovered. Don't know if you can see that on the GoPro, but there's condensation in the instruments. Since I washed the bike, I noticed there were some drops under the glass, and they're gradually evaporating, but they are leaving a slight stain and some condensation. And there is a rubber seal here all around the instrument, and presumably that isn't sealing 100%, so moisture's getting in. I didn't use a pressure washer, I actually only used a hose pipe, so that's a bit disappointing, but something to be aware of. And if anybody else has a similar problem, it might be something that Royal Enfield needs to work on. So there you go, that's just a brief conclusion after my first initial test ride, and I'll leave you to it. And Ruby's busy over there with her chew again. So anyway, that'll be that for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.